welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm Lindsay, and I am discussing some of my favorite parts of the Lord of the Rings books. So, basically I wrote down some little gems and stuff that I like that some are in the movie, but most of them are just exclusive to the books. And I'm just gonna discuss them, I guess. Because I started with Fellowship of the Ring, as you're supposed to, and I think when I was reading this, I went a little crazy with my favorite parts, and I wrote down a lot from this, so you might notice there are more favorite parts in Fellowship of the Ring than the other books, but I still love the other books just as much. I was just like, I kind of don't need to write all this, so, discuss all this. So I started, I believe page 42 is the first one I wrote down, because that's one where Lobelia Saxo Baggins is like, mwah. So she says exactly that, it's written in the book. So then she says to Frodo, "You're no Baggins, you're a brandy buck." And then Frodo's all like, "Did you hear that, Mary? That was an insult if you like," because Mary was there, and I don't know why. I just love this scene with Mary. I just love Mary in the book so much. Anyway, so, and Mary says it was a compliment, and so, of course, not true. Oh, Mary. I love him. So, then I skipped to, I read the book, but as far as favorite parts, we skip ahead to page 70, when, Sam is got by Gandalf, and he was talking about how he heard the tale with the elves and whatnot, and he really wants to go see elves. So then he says, "If you don't breathe a word of what you've heard, then I hope Gandalf will turn you into a spotted toad and will fill the gardens of grass snakes," which I think is funny. But Gandalf said that he would have to go with Frodo. And Sam's like, "Me? Go and see the elves and all? Hooray!" Which is just really funny to think of a person like genuinely exclaiming hooray. Maybe they did that back when this was written, but I still don't think they did. The next one I think was 116. That's kind of when Mary reveals that they knew everything that was going on, because in the book it's a lot different than the movies, because Frodo doesn't leave the night of the party. He's like 50, I believe, when he leaves. And Mary, his cousin, they hung out a lot, and he kind of figured out like something was up, and and Pippin, you know, Mary and Pippin are close. So they had Sam kind of spy on him, and they figured out the ring and the journey and all that stuff that he was meant to leave. So that's when they start explaining it. 120, they go deeper into that. Yeah, I think, was that when Mary reveals, yeah, because, okay, this is what I meant. Mary reveals that he basically set everything up with the ponies and all that, and he was like, "So, you know, good thing they were eavesdropping, because Mary helped you out." So then, I think I skip ahead to 252. I really should have like bookmarked them, but I only own one bookmark, so. Oh, this was a little Sam Frodo moment when Sam came in, he ran to Frodo and took his left hand. Awkwardly and shyly, he stroked it gently, and then he blushed and turned hastily away. What am I supposed to take from that, Tolkien? It's cute. Yep. That's all I'm gonna say. And then 253. I've seen this one on Tumblr before because everyone loves this. When Pippin's all like, "Here's our noble cousin, make way for Frodo, Lord of the Ring." And Gandalf's basically like, "Shut up, he's not Lord of the Ring." What do you say? "But the master of the Dark Tower of Mordor is, whose power is again stretching out over the world. We are sitting in a fortress. Outside is getting dark." And then Pippin says, "Gandalf has been saying many cheerful things," like that. I just feel like that's the beginning of like the Pippin Gandalf dynamic, because I go into that a lot with my favorite things, because I just love it so much. The next one I have is 304. Yep, okay, 304. When at the council with Elrond. Okay, yeah, this is when Sam's like, "But you won't send him off alone, surely, master?" And then Elrond's like, nope, because we can't separate the two of you, obviously. He was like, you at least shall go with him. It is hardly possible to separate you from him, even when he is summoned to a secret council, and you are not. A little bit of sass from Elrond there. I love it. And then I skipped to 3:10, because that's when, this is when Pippin is like, I'm going. Merry and Pippin are like, we're going. There's a place for us, and I love that. I mean, that's just a silly little part, but obviously you didn't see in the movie how much protest there was about taking Pippin, especially because he is technically a child. So then I thought, nope, 3:43 was the last one I have for, oh, look at this drawing. I love it. It is all I have for, the last I have for Fellowship of the Ring, because that's the part where they are at the doors of Durin, and Pippin's like, what are we going to do? And Gandalf's like, knock on the doors with your head, Peregrine Took. I thought that was funny. I have a lot, I already said, but I have a lot of Pippin and Gandalf dynamic, I believe, for Two Towers. The first one I have with that, I think, might be Pippin and Gandalf. I think I didn't even write anything down for that until page 138. If you have your books at home, follow along. Oh, that's actually Aemir and Gimli when Gimli is like ready to fight Aemir. I don't know why I said his name so weird. Aemir, because he's like, if you ever get a chance to see the Lady Galadriel with your eyes, then you shall acknowledge her the fairest of the ladies, or our friendship will end. So I just love how much Gimli loves Galadriel. I think it's cute. Then I'm looking down because I wrote down the pages, and I clearly did a great job of remembering them. I go to page 179. Oh, my book went right there. Can you guys hear my neighbor howling? There's a child outside howling. Anyway, I just feel like Pippin is the type of person that says whatever's on his mind, because they just met Theoden. And he was like, so that is the King of Rohan, said Pippin in an undertone. A fine old fellow, very polite. Like, he just basically is thinking out loud, and I love him. So I relate to Pippin. Okay, this is another Gandalf Pippin moment, 192. I actually laughed out loud when I read this. So Merry and Pippin were explaining everything that happened with Treebeard and where they were, and Isengard and all that. So he says, when they met Gandalf, there was no need. He halted just by us and looked down at us. Gandalf, I said at last, but my voice was only a whisper. Did he say, hello, Pippin, this is a pleasant surprise? No, indeed. He said, get up, you tomfool of a took. I think that's so funny. Where in the name of wonder in all this ruin is Treebeard? I want him quick. Oh, Pippin. Pippin and Gandalf have the best dynamic. I'm gonna say it a million trillion billion times, but they are the funniest in my opinion. So off to page 220 is the next one I wrote down. That's 212, I can count. Okay. Aw, this is after when Pippin looks into what he calls the glass ball. And he was like very scared. Okay. The wizard held his gaze for a moment in silence. Then his face grew gentler, and the shadow of a smile appeared. He laid a hand softly on Pippin's head. All right, he said, say no more. You have taken no harm. There is no lie in your eyes, as I feared. But he did not speak long with you. A fool, but an honest fool you remain, Peregrine Took. Oh, and then he says, wiser ones might have made worse in such a pass. It's so cute. I could read this whole paragraph. I also kind of paraphrased a lot of it, if you guys didn't notice, but they're so cute. I don't know if I have any more from the Two Towers. I think the last one is page 394. What happened on there was 394. Oh, that's gotta be a Sam Frodo moment. So, oh, no, this is when, they're, Shagrat and, yep, Shagrat and the other one are talking about Shelob and how someone clearly stuck a pin in Shelob, and that's never happened before. So they were like, I'd say there was a warrior elf most likely with an elf sword anyway, and they were talking about him as if he's like this scary threatening thing, and they're talking about Sam, and I think that's so cute because he's little Sam, and they were so scared of him, which fair. So you mess with his master Frodo, it's gonna hurt you. Just saying. Return of the King I start really early on page 4 because I love when Pippin was sleeping underneath Gandalf's cloak. That's all I gotta say about that. It's just so cute. And then I go on to, I think most of my Return of the Kings are earlier in the book. 27, when, oh, Pippin said, I'm lonely to tell you the truth. I left my best friend behind in Rohan and I have no one to talk to or jest with. When Pippin and Merry leave each other. Well, Pippin leaves, but they're not together anymore. And it's sad. And then the next one's page 127. Skip far ahead in this one. Oh, here we are. Oh, this one's so cute. I feel like I wrote a lot of Pippin. For Merry being my favorite, I like a lot of Pippin moments, probably because I am Pippin. So Pippin poured out his tail, reaching up and touching Gandalf's knee with trembling hands. Can't you save Faramir? It's so cute. How much Pippin loves Faramir. I mean, like, he did name his son Faramir. That's so cute. It's so cute. I saw a meme about that where it's like, because you know Frodo was, not Frodo, Gandalf was like Faramir and Boromir's like mentor for a while, and someone was like, for like Gandalf when Pippin tells him that Denethor is trying to burn Faramir alive, and it's the gif, and he's like, I've abandoned my boy. Anyway, what am I on? 136. 136. I can count. I'm going backwards now, so. Okay, that's 135. So, oh, this is when Pippin finds Merry, and he's like, lean on me, Merry lad, said Pippin. Come now, foot by foot, it's not far. And then, are you going to bury me, said Merry. No, indeed, said Pippin, trying to sound cheerful, although his heart was wrung with fear and pity. No, we are going to the Houses of Healing. Merry thought he was gonna die. He's so sad. Anyway, to the next one. 252. 252. 252. What is at 252? Oh, this is when Gimli's talking about Pippin. And he says, but you too, Pippin, I love you, if only because of the pains you have caused me, which I shall never forget. I just thought that was funny because it describes Pippin, and I feel that I am Pippin. I can say it a billion times because it's true. Then 316. I already said this, but I should have bookmarked them. So this is when Merry like takes charge when they get back to the Shire, because you know Saruman's there, and they have the ruffians, I think is what they call them, and I just was very attractive of Merry to do that. When he's like, we're gonna fight these ruffians, he's like, no, we're not gonna cower, we're gonna wake everyone up, I'm gonna blow a horn, and everyone's gonna fight. And then 320, I think is, no, 321 is the next one I had written down, which there's two parts. I like, Merry himself slew the leader, a great squint-eyed brute like a huge orc. You go, Merry. You go, Merry. And then when they talk about how they named them captains Meriadoc and Peregrine, because Peregrine led the billions of tooks. So I think that's so cute. They're these little warriors now. Try not to show you my spines because people will get very mad at me because I read like this. And therefore the spines have cracks in them. Kill me. I can't sit there and just read like this just so I don't crack the spine. I get it. I want my books to look nice. I don't think they look bad. But I can't have a perfect spine like everyone else on the internet, okay? My books look red. Alright, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to have a little cozy book discussion, and that's what I did. I'll have more entertaining, more lively, fun stuff. I believe my next video is actually going to be me watching the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! So, which I know isn't Lord of the Rings related like I mostly do, but I want to branch out a little bit and do some more reaction stuff. There's a bird making really weird noises outside my window, and I'm terrified of birds, so that's what we're going to end this on. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like Lord of the Rings, if you like reaction videos, that's the kind of stuff I do. And I'll see ya Wednesday. I can't remember what day of the week it is. We're in a pandemic. Alright, bye.